Hi students, how are you? This is class 12 chemistry and you are with me in the second part of the unit electrochemistry. Okay, if I am not wrong, I have ended my previous video session with the Nernst equation. I didn't go much detail into the Nernst equation. Now I am going to start my video session with the trick that which element or substance to be act as anode and which element or substance will act as the cathode. Okay, so what is the trick? That is EMF series. What is EMF series? This is the definition. Say it, a series of electrodes or half cells arranged in order of their increasing standard oxidation potential. That is known as the EMF series or decreasing reduction potential. Okay, so the EMF series contains a list or sequence of elements arranged in the order of standard oxidation potential. By seeing the value itself, we can came to know which can be kept as anode and which can be kept as cathode. Okay, now there are lot of elements, so this one have to be remembered for the sake of problems. So I have given a mnemonic for this. So please look at this mnemonic. For gold coin, book near Mercury showroom. For oxygen, I see you. Then hydrogen. Keep this as part 1. Okay, this is kept as part 1. Now I am going to abbreviate the mnemonic. Do you remember the periodic table? The right side of the periodic table end with the inert gases and with the halogens, right? Yes. Now say the halogen which is starting with the letter F. What is the halogen that is starting with the letter F? That is fluorine. Okay. This gold is actually gold. Okay. Then what is C? So the halogen starting with the letter C, that is chlorine. What is the halogen starting with letter B? Bromine. What is the N here? That is nitrate, NO3 minus. Okay. This is mercury is actually mercury. Showroom, that is silver, Ag. Okay. This for stands for Fe plus 3. Fe plus 3 means that is ferric ions. Oxygen is actually oxygen. I is iodine. Cu, that is copper. What is the symbol of copper? That is also Cu. Okay. Then hydrogen. Keep this as part 1. Okay. The next part, see, lily, tulip, night floss, zoom. What is the abbreviation for this L means? That is lead. What is the starting letter of lead? L. Symbol Pb. Tulip, tin. Okay. The next one, night. That is nickel. This flower stand for Fe plus 2. Fe plus 2 means ferrous ion. This is ferric and this is ferrous ions. Zoom, that is zinc. Okay. Then water. Now I have written some numbers. What are these numbers means? Remember what is the element belonging to the atomic number 13? That is aluminium. What is the element having the atomic number 12? Magnesium. Here 11 sodium, 20 calcium. What is the atomic number of potassium? That is 19. Then lithium. Okay. Now you have a trick. Write from below A. Keep this hydrogen alone as B. Okay. To the above portion have this as C. So from the downwards you write as A, B, C. This is the ABC trick. Okay. So this A stands for anode. So all the elements present in the second part, that is right from this flowers mnemonic, lily, tulip, flowers, this from this portion, all the elements tend to have a negative potential and they will behave as anode. All the elements present in the upper portion, they will act as cathode. Okay. Now come to this region. I am divided this EMF series just as like this. Okay. the center portion, that is the B, I have said that is B, right, as hydrogen. In the previous session itself we have learned that the standard electrode potential of hydrogen is 0. So I have written here as 0. Below the 0 what will be present? Negative. Yes. All the elements present in the anodic portion have negative electrode potential. All the elements present above the hydrogen will have positive electrode potential. Remember one more thing, what is the thing actually going to happen in anode? In anode oxidation is occur. If oxidation is occurring, then that will be act as a good reducing agents. Okay. So here what about, they will be act as a weak reducing agent. I am here also I have drawn that on moving from bottom to top, then the tendency of the elements to act as a reducing agents will increase. One more tidbit I have already said in the previous video itself, that is the negative electrode potential. So this is the negative electrode potential will behave as a strong reducing agent than that of the hydrogen. Suppose if it is have the positive electrode potential, then it is called as the weak reducing agent than hydrogen. Okay. So from the location of the element in the EMF series itself, we can have some guesses that it will be acting as anode or it will be acting as cathode. Suppose if I am having some ambiguity that both the electrodes are from the anodic region. See here for example, I am taking this sodium and I am taking this zinc. So these two electrodes are chosen, both these two electrodes stay in this anodic region, which will act as anode and which will act as cathode, means the one element which stay in the upper part of the EMF series will act as cathode, that is this zinc will act as cathode and this sodium will act as anode. Remember, always the element which is present in the bottom of the series will act as anode and in the top of the series will act as cathode. So we have to work out some problems based upon this, and I am having many interesting problems in it. Okay. Now there is a in-text question given in your NCERT book. How will you determine the standard electrode potential of the system magnesium? So they have given the magnesium system. For calculating the standard electrode potential of some element, we should couple the element with hydrogen electrode. Already we have said that the standard electrode potential for hydrogen is 0. Okay, the standard hydrogen potential for hydrogen is 0. The formula for the EMF of the cell, I have said in the previous video, EMF of cell is equal to E of cathode minus E of anode. Now there is an ambiguity, which one should be cathode and which one should be anode. Okay. Now see here in the EMF series. Okay, in the EMF series the magnesium is in the bottom portion, that is it present in the anodic portion, and the copper stays in the upper part of the series, so it will act as the cathode. Okay, so this is the anode. So our magnesium will act as anode and hydrogen will act as cathode. By constructing a cell with the magnesium as anode and the hydrogen as cathode, we can able to calculate the EMF of the cell. Through the EMF of the cell, we can calculate the magnesium electrode potential, because the hydrogen electrode potential is only 0. Okay. Another interesting question, can you store copper sulfate in zinc part? What is copper sulfate? It is a beautifully blue colored solution, right? This copper sulfate plus zinc. Okay, so this zinc is a pot. What will happen? Cu plus Zn-SO4. Actually this reaction will happen. Okay. Now let us say which one will be the anode and which one will be the cathode. In CuSO4, what is the form of the copper? That is present as Cu plus 2. Okay, Cu plus 2. Here the zinc will act as anode. Zinc tend to remove the electron, Zn plus 2 electron. Do you remember this? It is the Daniell cell. So since it is a Daniell cell, I haven't to look at the EMF series. I am directly writing this as the zinc as the anode and this copper in the cathode. Okay. So the electron removed by the anode will always added to the cathode. This is the reaction actually happening. Okay. If this reaction happens, what happens to the zinc pot? This zinc pot get converted to zinc sulfate. That means the part get dissolved. Okay. So if the part get dissolved, how you can store the solution? So it is not recommended to store copper sulfate in a zinc part. Okay. Similarly, they can ask you any type of problems with the different type of solution. So you have to look at the EMF series and you can work out these problems. Okay. The next problem, if electricity passed through copper sulfate solution. So I am again taking the copper sulfate solution by using platinum electrode. What is the hint here? The platinum electrode. This platinum electrode is the hydrogen electrode. Okay. What is the standard electrode potential of hydrogen? That is 0. Here we have to fix which one is acting as cathode and which one is acting as anode. Look at the EMF series. This copper is present in the upper part of the EMF series, so it will act as the cathode, and this hydrogen is present just below the just below the copper, so it will act as the anode. Okay. So this is the anode and this one is the cathode. As a result, what happens at cathode? Copper is get deposited. What is the result of this final reaction? Copper is deposited at the cathode. If copper is deposited from the copper sulfate solution, the blue color of the beautiful copper sulfate solution get faded slowly and then it loses its color. Okay, so this will happen in the actual situation. Okay, this is a problem asked in your AIMS question, I think. Okay. So now move on to the next thing, the EMF of the cell. As the electrode potential of the half cell saying some information that they have to act as anode or cathode, likewise the EMF series also reveals you some information regarding the work done. Okay. So the EMF of the cell, I have written the formula, that is E of cell is equal to E of cathode minus E of anode. Okay. The EMF of the cell should be positive always. Why it should be positive? If it is positive, then there is work done. Okay. What is the work done here? Suppose I am drawing electricity from the particular cell, and that electricity is in turn used to glow a bulb or running a motor, for instance, likewise. So that is the work done by the particular cell. If you want to make the cell into converted to work done, then the EMF of the particular cell should be positive. What happens if the EMF of the cell is negative? Its meaning is the EMF of the cell is negative, means then you have to be careful with the position of the anode and cathode. Okay, now I am going to say about the work done. So from the thermodynamics, I am deriving a relationship that the electrical energy of the cell is related to the work done. Okay, so what is the work done? The maximum amount of work done is indicated by the term W max. Okay, W max is equal to minus NFE. What is N? N is the number of electrons per mole. Okay, that is if I am having a 1 mole of electrolyte, the number of electrons responsible for transferring those things are called indicated as the N. F is the Faraday of electricity, E is the maximum potential difference. Okay, I am keeping this equation W max is equal to minus NFE as equation 1. Now coming to the next equation, W max is equal to delta G. What is the delta G? There is the decrease in free energy. So, sorry, not decrease in free energy, it is the free energy change. Okay, delta is indicated by change, free energy change. Okay, So the thermodynamics always says that the free energy is always equal to that of the maximum work done. Now I am equating the equation 1 and 2 and I am getting the term delta G is equal to minus NFE. Remember guys, for a reaction to be spontaneous there should be negative sign in the free energy change. Okay, delta G should be always negative for a reaction to be spontaneous. Rn means reaction. Okay, for a reaction to be spontaneous, delta G should be always negative. For this value to be negative, the EMF should be positive. If it is happening in positive only, then the delta G will stand in the negative value. So this was I said here, that is EMF of the cell should be positive. What happens if the EMF of the cell is in negative? See, I am taking the example Daniell cell. In the Daniell cell we know that zinc is converted to zinc ions and the electrode potential of zinc ions is minus 0.76. Okay, this is the anode. Since it is the anode, it have negative electrode potential, and this copper is the copper ions gain the 2 electrons from the anode. Always the electrons liberated from the anode will get into the cathode department. So this cathodic department, the copper ions add with these 2 electrons and they get deposited as copper, and the electrode potential of copper is said to be 0.34. This is a positive electrode potential since it is a cathode. The EMF of cell is equal to E of cathode minus E of anode. The formula we have already known. I am applying these 2 values and I am getting 1.1 volt. We have learned the Daniell cell EMF is 1.1, right? Yes. Now I am interchanging the position, that is I am keeping the zinc as cathode and copper as anode, which shouldn't be done. Okay, but if I done like this means what happens? This cathode, what is that cathode? This minus 0.76 will be the cathode, minus 0.76, and what is the anode? 0.34. So minus 0.34, I am getting the EMF in the negative value. If it is the negative value, just always think over the position has to be interchanged. That is, we have to check whether I have placed the correct electrode in the anode and correct electrode in cathode. If I interchange it, then the cell will happens to work out and it will again give to change to the positive value. Suppose what happens if the EMF of the cell is 0? This is saying information that the cell is in equilibrium condition. Equilibrium condition. Okay. Now we are going to see the Nernst equation in detailed manner. Consider this equation A plus B giving C and D. This I am drawing a equilibrium arrow here. Okay. So this equilibrium reaction, according to the thermodynamics principle, I am taking the equation minus delta G, that is the decrease in free energy is equal to decrease in free energy, that is standard free energy, minus RT ln J. What is this J? J is the reaction quotient in terms of activity. What is activity? Activity is the perfect expression of concentration of the species in the mixture. Okay. So I am going to define the terms here. This delta G is the free energy change of the cell, then delta G naught, that is the standard free energy change. What is the standard free energy change? The free energy is measured in standard condition, that is 25 degrees Celsius, 1 molar solution. So these are the standard condition. When the free energy is measured at standard condition, then it is said to be delta G naught. This is set as naught, and this is the delta G naught standard free energy change from the thermodynamic principle, that is from the work done. Okay, in the just 2-3 minutes before I have said this delta G is equal to minus NFE. Okay, this NFE, I am replacing minus delta G is equal to NFE because I am changing the sign. NFE is equal to NFE naught minus RT ln this J I have written as the in terms of activity, activity of C into activity of D, that is the product side I have written first, and in the denominator I have written the reactant side. Okay, I am dividing the whole equation by NF. Okay, by dividing NF I am getting E is equal to E naught minus RT NF ln the same activity term. Then next, in the next step, I am replacing the activity by the concentration. E is equal to E naught minus RT NF ln concentration. Concentration is indicated in square brackets. I have written it. Then I have written E is equal to E naught minus RT NF ln. I am replacing this whole term as Kc. What is Kc? This Kc is the reaction quotient, that is the product of concentration of product divided by product of concentration of reactant. Okay. Now this Kc is the equilibrium constant. I am supplying values to R, gas constant, T, temperature, N, number of moles, number of electrons per mole, F, Faraday. By supplying all these value, what I am getting, 0.590 divided by N. Okay. Log Kc, this is the final form of the Nernst equation. Assume this Nernst equation is also used to determine the electrode potential of a half cell. What is this? This is the anodic equation. So in this anode equation, I am supplying all this value. I am getting product side is first and reactant side in the denominator. Assume the concentration of metal is always tend to be unity. So this will get removed in the next step. Okay. So this is the Nernst equation. I am going to say the applications of the Nernst equation. Okay. This is the electrode potential. For any unknown metal, we can find the electrode potential by using this Nernst equation. Right? Yes. The EMF of cell can be calculated. Then it also says about the corrosion tendency of the metal. So this corrosion tendency we have to going to learn in the end of the chapter. It is an interesting topic, we will learn later. Okay. Now I am giving some problems based on this Nernst equation. Calculate the EMF of the cell in which the reaction take place. They have given the standard EMF of the cell, that is 1.05 volt. They have given the equation up to this part. They have given the equation. They have given the concentration of the ions. Nickel plus silver ions. The silver ions concentration is given. Nickel ions. The nickel ions concentration also they have given. And then we are getting silver metal. I am writing the formula from the Nernst equation. EMF of cell is equal to E naught minus 0.059 divided by N log. I am just didn't write this Kg and Ni because I know the activity of the metal, solid metal is always 0. So I am going to write directly the ions alone. What are the ions? I have to write the product side in the numerator, right? So Ni plus 2 divided by Ag plus. Okay. This Ag plus having 2 moles. So I am indicating this 2 in the superscript. Then I am writing the concentration 0.0160, then 0.002, everything I have written, and this EMF of the cell has the value of 1.05, all the things I have written. Then 0.160, I am converting this 0.160, I am taking in terms of 10 to the powers. So in terms of 10 to the powers, I am getting 16 into 10 to the power of minus 2, this one, and 4 into 10 to the power of minus 6. This 4 and 4 get cancelled. I am getting log 4 into this minus 6. When it comes to the numerator side, it becomes 10 to the power of plus 6. After cancelling with minus 2, we will be getting 10 to the power of 4. Right? Log 4 can be written as log 2 power of 2. The rest of the thing will be same as in the previous step. So I am concentrating in this portion alone. Okay. Log 2 to the power of 2, then 10 to the power of 4. We can bring the power to the front side, is it? 4 log 10, log 2 to the power of 2, that is log 2 is 0.3010, it is the often using term, so I have written 0.6021 plus log 10 is value is 1, so 4 into log 10 means 4, then I am finding out the EMF of the cell is 0.914 volt, right? Then moving to the next problem. This one, for the reduction of silver with the copper metal, standard cell potential is found to be 0.46 volt. What is the standard free energy change? That is G naught, they have asked G naught. Okay. This is the question appeared in your AAPTA examinations. The formula is very simple, guys. The delta G naught is equal to minus NFE naught. That is, the free energy change is related with that of the electrical energy. We know that the N, what is the N? They have given 2. Okay. Silver with the copper. The formula is minus NFE naught. The copper will remove Cu plus 2. Okay. So, I am getting the number 2 here. 2 into Faraday 96,500. That is EMF of the standard potential. They have given 0.46. On multiplying all these things, I am getting minus 89 kilojoule per mole. What is the sign of the delta G? This is minus. So, the reaction is going to happen and it is the spontaneous reaction. While studying everything, we should add the previous things and we should memorize it. Okay. Calculate the potential of hydrogen electrode in contact with the solution whose pH value is 10. This is some peculiar question. What is the formula for pH? pH is equal to negative logarithm of hydrogen ions. Okay. So, I am writing the EMF of the cell hydrogen electrode H plus bar half hydrogen. Okay. So, EMF of the standard EMF of the hydrogen. So, H plus by half hydrogen minus RTNF ln hydrogen by H plus. Shall we write the equation here? Okay. So, this hydrogen is going to be in the product side and I am going to add a electron to it, H plus half H plus electron giving hydrogen. This is the equation. Product side is taken in the numerator and in the denominator we have taken the reactant side. I have taken this hydrogen as 1. Why? This is a solid thing. Okay, so I can write it as simply as 1 as we said earlier. This hydrogen ions, what is the hydrogen ion concentration? Negative logarithm of hydrogen plus. So, 10 to the power of minus 10 I have written because the pH value is 10. So, 10 to the power of minus 10. On adding all these things I am getting 0.0591. Put the value for hydrogen electrode as 0 minus 0.0591 into 10. That is all about the problems in the Nernst equation. In the next video part, we will discussing about the conductivity of the solution, corrosion and different types of secondary batteries. With this I am finishing my session, guys. Thank you.